what you'll be able to accomplish, what you'll be able to achieve. I'm hoping as we get through this, we continue to just grow, get a little bit better each and every day. That's our mission. That's what we set out to do. Uh, Obviously, jumping question for you. I know this is the beginning intro finance class. Yes, sir. This is the foundation, the fundamentals, the principles. But what's your question? Will there be a next advanced class you're offering also? Look at that. I like it. Hell yeah. So we're just getting started. So I have about, give or take, 20 workshops all the way up to freedom, all the way up to walking into freedom, legacy planning, going through all that and understanding better and better what the purpose of money is. So right now, we're currently promoting the level 1 foundations, principles, the introduction to money. But yep, we're going to come with that level 2. We got to. We're going to host more live. Since this has gone over pretty well, I think we'll do some more live on here on TikTok. I also think we'll be able to offer more workshop atmospheres that people can show up for. And really, as everybody knows, entrepreneurial spirit, we'll position and play how people want. You got to go there. So absolutely more topics, next level. So if in this level we're introduced to stocks, bonds, index funds, the next level is going to be, well, what's the difference between a growth and a value stock? What's the difference between small, mid, large? When do we buy? What do we buy? How should we buy? Knowledge is power. That's what we're after. Jay Davis, pressure washing. Get in there, Jay Davis. I like it. So that's the conversation. That's the topics that we're going to go through today. It's been really interesting to me because I come from the wealth management space. I get to talk to a lot of my advisor friends. And as you look over the last year, what we're going to realize is a few things. Number one, money is important. Money is a topic we need to understand. We need to make sure it's working for us. But as you've seen, money is not everything. I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos, the wealthiest man in the world. The last 8 months, if you're not happy with yourself, if you're not happy with your home, if you're not happy with the people you are spending it with, all the money in the world can't change that. So I thought that's been a very interesting lesson this year, 2020 wrapping up. Tyler Hodges, 215, welcome in. Is that your weight or your area code? 215 coming in hot. I've been 215, not 215 anymore. I'd like to see 215 again. Crazy Davis and Spurrier. Tristan, there's my dude. Tristan, welcome back, bro. I like it. High, figure high. Jackie Davis. So it's a very interesting time as we learn about this topic of money, because as we see it, Michael Sullivan, as money is kind of being more portrayed, more understood, we are realizing it must work for us. You cannot have money be the destination of this journey and this plan. If you do, you will continually be for want. You will continually not have enough. Chris Donnell, welcome back. Chris Donnelly, Al Donnelly. You ever seen Black Sheep with Chris Farley? Welcome back, Chris Donnelly, to talk about the Ducks again. I don't know. Hey, Chris, welcome back. Hey, that's from my man Jeff. Shit You Should Know podcast. Check it out. Chris Donnelly and Doors, Dogs and Cups. So I don't know. Most of y'all on the East Coast don't really care. Pac-12 had a very interesting announcement this morning, as if they have not screwed up this season enough. They announced that the Pac-12 title game, which was supposed to be the USC Trojans versus the University of Washington Dogs, Huskies, the Dogs can't play. They don't have enough, so they got bumped out. Oregon Ducks are going to be in, which for the Pac-12 I think is a good thing from like a national marketing and media. It's been an overall fail for the Pac-12. If you see some of the announcements around media marketing for the SEC, ACC, Big 12, they continue to drudge ahead. And the Pac-12 just keeps getting left in the past. Enjoyed your podcast with Mr. Gorman. Scotty G, my dude, Scotty G. Man, Scotty's been helping people with addiction and all kinds of things, mental awareness for 20, 30 years himself being a recovering. So that was a really neat one. And yeah, I met him through some NFL circles and then some local friends. What do you think about Pitt's quarterback Kenny Pickett? I don't know much about him. Where's he slated to go? I know the other Pittsburgh quarterback pretty well. But dang, I got to say, yesterday we started talking, and then we're going to get rolling here. Yesterday, somebody asked me Bills or Steelers. And I said, the Bills they feel like that team, but it feels like that they're going to get there, and then they're just not going to get it. Boy, howdy, was I wrong last night. They look good. They made the Steelers look not so good. So whoever called that, because there were some Bills fans on here, respect to that call. I also is tonight, and we've had some Browns fans. I like the Browns fans. Obviously, we got Cleveland up here again. I got to switch out my helmets up there, but you got Saints right there. You got a dagger. Anybody got the Browns and the Ravens tonight? I don't know how. Browns are a 10-win team, and they're still underdogs. That's just typical Cleveland for you. Won't get past the Chiefs. Experience matters in the playoffs. It's going to be tough. Them Chiefs, dude. Oh, it's going to be hard for anybody to beat them. They seem to be firing on all cylinders once again. Hopefully somebody at the NFC can contest them, but Jack DeBacon, I don't know where Jack's allegiances lie, but it's going to be a tough one to get past old KC. KC seems to be getting that barbecue on point, spicy. So today we want to do Let's Go Bucks. Look at Michael Sullivan coming out of left field with the Bucks. Now, you want to talk about experience plays in the playoffs. You want to talk about don't bet against greatness. Don't let the Bucks get a ticket to the dance. I will say that right now. NFC, listen up. Do not let the Bucks into the party. If you do, you're gonna get up. You're not gonna be happy with it. Go Cougs. You can't lose the Apple Cup if you don't play it. Jimmy Tucker. Hey, first off, always go Cougs. Respect. Are you a Coug or are you just representing? And yeah, it feels like in a sick way, we kind of won the Apple Cup today because the Huskies got kicked out of the Pac-12 title game. I don't know. It's all like, and this is a question for you. Are you guys and gals, do you take this year as a credible year? Like, will the champions be the champions? Will everybody adhere and respect it? I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of asterisks going on. But at the end of the day, the SEC's played a full season. So they are who they said they were. They are who we thought they were. Yesterday, we talked about debits and credit cards. The difference between a debit and a credit card is who is it contacting? Is it your bank or is it a third party, a credit company? Can the credit company be a bank? Absolutely. Bank of America has a credit card. U.S. Bank has a credit card. But Ursher, welcome back in, our winner from yesterday. Ursher, I owe you a note. Today's been a good busy day, but a busy day. So we learned yesterday that a debit and a credit card depends on who you're talking to, what they are sending. Is the transaction complete? Yes or no? If they send cash from your bank, it is. If they send credit, that is just a promise. And then why is there a credit card is because you are taking a loan. You are using other people's money, and they will always, we learned this in chapter 2, always charge you for that privilege. I come from a long line of Coug graduates, grew up watching them. I like it, Jimmy Tucker. Coug family, we strong. Bering's dad, B Rings, I don't know, B Rings dad. Dogs are garbage. Go Cougs as long as we are better than UW. It's real. I'll take it every day of the week. Ursher, all good. Didn't know if I'd make it today. Well, welcome back. We're talking about the first mistake people make on their financial journey. We're learning about money. You need to check out AMPE. You can thank me later. All right, Drexler. AMPE. You can thank me later. Is it Master Limited Partnerships? No, that's AMLP. Ethan, goated. Love it. Fit check. I got my work in this morning. Bering Sea. Oh, Bering Sea. All right. That makes more sense. That's my bad. 337-800. We're not even trying there. You're just listening out numbers. Is there a reason to those numbers? What up, Jay Goop? Jay Goop. So fit check. Got my fitness in this morning. I mean, you got to stay on it. I eat a lot of cookies and ice cream. You got to stay on the fitness check. That's why I get up at 5. I get about an hour, 2 hours of work in. Then I go get my workout. That's the real deal. What player you played with was the best with their money? A teammate of mine, Ryan Broyles, actually got a lot of pub because he was a high round draft pick. I think he was a second rounder. And he decided before that money even came in that he was going to limit or at least manage how much was going out the door. He immediately set up his money buckets, immediately set up a cash management system. I loved that. Ryan Broyles, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Another interesting one was a guy named Jason Kyle in New Orleans. He was the long snapper, 17 years in the NFL. First couple of years was playing linebacker, then transitioned to long snapper. So he got in before long snapping was even like a primary position. And because he was a long snapper, he didn't have to go to a whole lot of meetings. He actually ran a company while we were playing. Like he would go get on the treadmill and have an earpiece in and be like, he was also shredded. But I like that. That was cool. Jay Gawap, what up, man? How you doing, brother? Fit check is about your clothes. I took fit check, fitness fit. But Ethan, today I'm rocking the JC. Yesterday I got to rock my little throwback fleece. Did you enjoy your time at WSU? Will often, this. Everybody enjoys going to Pullman. Pullman is an amazing place. We have a good time. Nobody says they don't know how to have a good time at Pullman. The fleece was awesome. Appreciate it, Ethan. John Wooden said, Pullman is not the end of the world, but you can see the end from there. So it is out in the middle of nowhere. It's farm country, but it is legit. It is a good time. We know how to party. Win or lose, Cougs, you're going to booze. We have some fun. Got to enjoy it. Also had a great time from a academic perspective too, but nobody cares about that part. The fleece was awesome. The fleece was legit. All right, cool. So I got to up my fit game. All right, Ethan, fit check. So today we're talking about credit and debit cards. Want to get one concept as we have learned each and every day. Love the conversation. Want the conversation to continue. Mark Solis 50. Bring on the questions. That's why we're here. So M here. That's why we're here. Why are you here? Ask questions. Finance, football. That's what we're diving into today. We're playing off yesterday, the difference between the debit and the credit card. Today is the number one mistake people make, and it is around something that makes me mad. You're going to understand why here in a second. So as you understand, APR, annual percentage rate, that is how much a credit company is going to charge you. In the comments, I want you to write in. What do you think? LeBron's back. What do you think is the average APR, Topher? There's an average APR model in America from a credit card. So we've talked about it on here. You're going to get 1 or 2% from a savings account. A mortgage right now is 3 or 4%. When you got mad there, I thought of show me your war face. Show me your war face. I love it. I don't get to use my mad face very often. I used to have to use it all the time. Love the comments. Look at this. John Kim, 17 to 22%. That sounds like a man who's read his money vehicle book. Ethan, 20%. Strong. Jay Davis, pressure washing. Jay Davis hitting him at 22%. Ursher saying 15. Ryan Conley saying 19.9%. I like that you got so specific with it. Were you investing while in the league? Yes, let me circle back that in a second. Hello, just checking in from work. I'll catch you tomorrow. Later, LeBron. Appreciate you, bro. So Jay Ricks, we're asking, what is the average APR on a credit card? Mark Solis is at 18%. You guys are right there, and this is what is amazing. So the average APR in America is right around 20% for a credit card. 20%. He hit me with that Price is Right move. 20%, meaning if I have $1,000 on my credit card over a year, it's going to cost me $200 just to use somebody else's money. This is the biggest mistake people make with their personal finances. Student loans is working up and people are starting to worry about that debt, but that is a different type, and we'll talk about that tomorrow or another day. On why student loans is so significantly different is because credit cards are consumer debt. Credit cards are based on wants, not needs. You need student loans to go to college. You don't need most of what is on a credit card. I'm not speaking for everyone or everything, but most people get into credit card debt because of their choices, not because of their situation. They get farther into this hole because of what we're going to refer to as the credit trap. Did they pass a law lately that caps it now? They are starting to pass a lot of laws around credit cards. I have not seen one that caps a credit card. Credit cards can charge you whatever they want. You go to payday checks, stuff like that. They charge 50, 80, 100% interest. It's insane. But this idea went, I went 20%, so he went 19.9. Oh, there you go. Price is right at him. Nice. That's strong decision. But Ursher, I have not seen a law, and I'm going to actually check now if they have passed a law recently to cap it. They have passed laws to protect students, college students who had been getting targeted. There are laws about using that and not being able to target college students anymore, because they would hand out like a T-shirt and a credit card, and people would go spend all their money because they thought it was free money. They thought it was easy money. They didn't realize they were taking out loans. What about credit cards to build credit? So yes, Ethan, I will repeat this. I am not saying do not use credit cards. I am actually saying you need a credit card. You need to use a credit card. You just need to learn how to use it, which is our money vehicle mission. Understand a credit card, build a strategy for your credit card, and be efficient with your credit card. Maybe it was a law that was just proposed. I would assume that it was just proposed because that's going to be a tough one to get passed, because as we know, credit card companies, they making monies, and money helps get things passed. So what I wanted to do was play a little game. So now we understand APR, annual percentage rate. This is an example I love to use in my workshops and in my classes. Let me go this way with you. So let's talk about what it looks like based on your decisions and who falls into the credit trap. Let me explain. The credit trap is any time what you purchase ends up costing you more than you originally bought it for. So let's say I bought a $100 pair of sneakers. I put it on my credit card. I pay it off 4 or 5 months later. Those sneakers actually end up costing me $127. That is the credit trap. Not realizing I am losing money. I am paying somebody money as it sits on my credit card. This concept is going to come to fruition with the lesson today, which is why does it make me mad, M-A-D? Because of the minimum amount due. BJ 1352. Hang in here for a moment. You're going to learn about the minimum amount due, the number one mistake people make on their credit cards. So as you look at this, I bought something for $3,000 and I have a choice. I could pay it off 100%. I could pay off 50% and then put in big chunks, or I could pay the minimum amount due. And I'll talk about that here in a second. That 100% is going to cost you 0 years, and it's going to end up being $0 in interest, ending up your, let's call it a television, being $3,000. So this is a very straightforward. This is if I paid for it in cash. I did not fall into the credit trap because what I bought for $3,000 ended up costing me $3,000. The answer is 100%. Ethan, the answer is always 100%. 100. The second choice is I have a plan. I'm going to pay 50% in cash, 50% on my credit card, and then of my credit card balance, I'm going to pay down big chunks of 10% each and every month. How quickly can I pay it off then? That's going to cost me 4 years, and it's going to charge me $500 of interest, totaling a $3,500 TV. You see immediately, whoa, I paid for half of it in cash, but it took me 4 years to pay off the entire amount. And $500, that just now went to $3,500. That's insane. Wait a minute, you're about to get really shook. All right, so Leo Winter, wait a second, watch this third example. Here we go. So we understand we bought something for $3,000. Our credit company, because our credit company is cool, right? I mean, there's some cool cats over there. They called me the other day, Kirk Hoffman, and said, hey, listen, I don't need you to pay that $3,000 off. I don't even want you to pay that $3,000 off. What I want from that $3,000, let's call it, I don't know, 2%? Is 2% good for you? That's about $60 a month. Can you afford $60 a month? Sure, you can afford $60 a month. I'm your credit company. I'm cool with that. So what you're going to see right here is what and why they're doing that. So we've already seen somebody fall into the credit trap. Now we come over to the minimum amount due. It's going to make you mad because it makes me mad. So as we look at this, Michelle, minimum amount due, I'm going to pay 2%, which is the minimum amount due. That's $60 of my $3,000. It's a trap. That is going to take me 27. Repeat that. 27 years. It is going to charge me $6,000. I'll repeat that. $6,000 of interest, totaling a $9,000 television, because that's what we bought for $3,000. So you just took something and you said, I can't afford to pay for it in $3,000 in cash. What I can do, apparently, is take the next 10 years and pay it off. Take the next, 27 years, pay off the minimum amount, boom, 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 and get charged triple for that same $3,000 television. That, my friends, is the credit trap. What is the credit trap? Anytime something you buy ends up costing you more than you originally bought it for. If you fall into the credit trap, you are immediately losing money. You are immediately giving somebody else the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest, and you do not know how to use money. People have asked me in the past, do you, Mushy 81, do you pay off your credit card each and every month? Absolutely. Why? Because I don't like paying other people the compound interest. I like using the eighth wonder for myself, Javon Williams. That is why I want this subject in this class. This is not something that is going to make you rich overnight, but I will guarantee you this, these principles, these concepts, these ideas, if you have taken one of these steps each and every day, this one is going to be as big as and important as the past. But this is a good one. Knowing how to avoid the credit trap is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. But let's go back for 1 second. Go do this at schools. Probably help a lot of kids. Ethan, we are doing this at schools. Hundreds of colleges and high schools across the country. Appreciate the respect, though, man. That's what we're trying to do. 1 million people. That's the mission. Million vehicle mission. Coach Witt, rule of 72, works for you and against you. Rule of 72. I think that's so valuable. I'm about to show what it is, and we'll get back to it. Here's a trick. Anybody want to see a cool trick? Rule of 72. Ask me how long it takes to double your investment. How long would it take to double your investment? So we use the rule of 72. This is a concept that every investor should know. You should know it. Coach Witt knows it. He appreciates it, and you're about to figure out what it is. What the rule of 72 says, if you divide 72 by whatever your interest rate is, return, you can figure out how long it will take you to double your money. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm getting 7% interest. So I take 72, I divide it by 7. That equals about 10. Not exactly 10, but we're going to use round numbers. So about 10 years. So if I'm getting 7% interest, it's going to take me 10 years to double my money. So for you young investors, I'm 18. I put in, again, round numbers, $1,000. At 25, I'll have 2,000. No, nothing crazy, though you did just have money go to work for you. You didn't blow it out the park. All you got was a 7% return. But at 25, you have $2,000. At 32, you got $4,000. At 39, you got $8,000. That's how this thing works. 46, you got $16,000. 53, you got $32,000. Without doing anything, with just putting it in the market, you just went from $1,000 to $30,000 without doing anything. So if you have a higher interest rate, let's say 10%, that would be 72 divided by 10 equals 7.2 years. I think I was doing the last one wrong. Ha. This is an interesting concept, but this also shows you don't need to blow out the world. You just need to be in the market. You need to be getting and earning those returns. That is what is important. So appreciate it, Coach Witt. Rule 72, we will touch on investing here next chapter. Is there benefits between using a credit union versus a bank with a credit card? That's a great question. Mickey Stroud. Credit union versus a traditional bank. So credit union is the big difference between banks and credit unions. Credit unions are non-profit. They are owned by the members, not by a board or not by investors. So what does that do for an advantage for you? Typically, getting an account or a credit card through a credit union, you're going to get more perks. Why? Because they don't need the margins. They don't have to charge you as much to make a profit, to show the shareholders, yada, yada, yada. So is there a benefit? In the card, no. But I think and believe if you look at more credit unions, you will be able to find better perks, better interest rates on your accounts and your credit cards because it's more local. Where that is a disadvantage is it's more local. So you may not have as much access nationally. You know, it used to be ATMs. ATMs are not really even a problem anymore. So as you look at it, it's going to be what other benefits that bank or that credit union can offer you. But yes, you can get a credit card through a credit union. You are going to read the wrong name one day. You're going to read the wrong name one day, Ethan. How long does it take to double your investment? SMC, rule of 72. Whatever return you are getting, 72 divided by X, divided by that return, as we just went over. It's a great principle. It's a great life lesson. So Ethan says 7 years. Depends on the investment return as well. That's what we're talking about. 7% is a very safe number. You can do better. That's my point. 7% is nothing to write home about. The market has returned 10% annually, not every year, but over that long-term time period, has returned to over 10%. So when you look at, this is what's so amazing. The greatest creator of wealth in history, this United States stock market, over the last 100 years, more people have created wealth through the stock market. Not enough. Why did the stock market crash not impact people? Is because only 2% of Americans were invested in the market during that market crash back in the 1930s, 1920s. That is crazy. But as you look at it, this idea, this concept, people are paying double what the greatest creator of wealth has to borrow money. Credit cards, you are borrowing money and you are paying 20%. It is asinine. It is crazy. My hope is that none of you fall victim to this credit trap and you spread that word, you share with your friends because you are becoming financially empowered. I enjoy listening to you. Hey, Coach Witt, I appreciate that. That's what we're trying, man. We're trying to make this conversation a social understanding. This thing about money. Why is it not taught in high schools? We're changing that, but it's not. That is our objective. Mark Solos, can you get a credit card under 18? So you can become an authorized user on your parents' credit card, which builds or starts your credit history. You can also get a secured credit card. There are a lot of good credit cards or secured credit cards for students out there. You can go to bankrate.com, Great resource, great tool. I'm not affiliated with them. It's a tool I use for myself and my students to check out. Yes, you can start your credit history under 18. I would recommend those two ways if you're under 18: secured credit card or an authorized user. So great question, Mark. Mickey Stroud, referring back to the credit union versus banks, how does it differentiate after differently affect your credit score? Great question, Mickey Stroud. So if I go open up my credit card with a bank or the credit union, how is it going to impact my FICO credit score, that 3-digit number? Not at all. Doesn't matter. It's not how you open it, it's how you use it. The 5 measurements we're going to talk about tomorrow around your credit score are what we need to be able to control. One of them, not the number one, but a top percentage, is how long have you had credit? That is why I recommend you today to go open and begin to use wisely a credit card. Because once you start that credit history, you are now building your credit score. You're increasing your credit score. So it is important, unless you're going to live off the grid, which I don't think any of us are, it is important to start your credit history because that leads to a higher credit score. So it doesn't matter where you open it, it matters how you use it. Great question, though. I know you told me to ask you the question, so I did. I love listening to your stuff. SMC, that's called coachable. That's called coachable. How big is your Dylan? Dylan's son. I don't know how to respond to that. Damn, I wish I could do life again and not fall into the trap. Shake my head. You know, John Kim, I got faith that, brother, you're going to pull yourself out of the trap and you are going to be smooth sailing, man. You are going to get your business in order. You already got the work ethic. You already got the discipline. Money is half about mindset, half about knowledge. You're getting the knowledge. Now it's just, do you have the consistency to stay focused? People ask me all the time, how do I become a millionaire? It's like planning a trip from LA to New York. There's going to take a lot of twists and turns to get onto the freeway. Once you're on the freeway, you hit cruise control and you stay in your lane. That's where most people get distracted and fall off. Most people are like, man, well, maybe if I go 75, or maybe if we pull off and get in and out, or maybe if did you see that bump in the road? Did you blah, blah. No, stay in your lane, keep working. I like your cut. User 64. Respect, my man. My man in Seattle. We got my man Nate Barber. Looking to get a Roth IRA very soon. Any recommendations on where to go? Alex R. Nelson 17. I got 2 things for you. Number 1, would welcome you to take the Money Vehicle course. We build up to and explain how and where and why to open a Roth account in Chapter 10. We'll be talking about it later in December here on live. But I applaud you for wanting to and opening a Roth account. It is a major advantage for young investors. 2, any recommendations on where to go? Personally, I've seen some great applications, some great tools. I have no problem with Vanguard, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab. They are all going to allow you to open a Roth account and invest it in whatever you would like, because it's a Roth IRA. It's an individual, not a Roth 401k through a company. So I would say go, for me, simple is always better. Go Vanguard, go Fidelity, open your Roth, and then employ the money. Putting the money in a Roth is not the last step. You have to invest it and make it go to work for you. So we have some more detailed, and actually have a video or 2 on opening the Roth. If you'd like to get into the Money Vehicle, it's on demand, it's on yours. And, on here, we're giving good discounts. We're even giving it to a lot of our classmates for free. Some credit cards offer interest-free for 18 months. Big trap there as well. Ryan Coffey, respect, absolutely. Everything now you are starting to measure and see. If it is a credit card, if it is a company, they're in it to make money. They're in it for business. So why are they offering you those things? Because they will eventually make more money. So 18 months, hey, no interest. Don't even worry about it. And that piles up. And then once that meter starts, it doesn't stop. Some credit cards offer. Oh, I've been a junior accounting major at WSU, and I'm realizing all my money in my savings is a waste. Alex, go Cougs. I am a professor at WSU, not in accounting, obviously, though I was Beta Alpha Psi. So your money in your savings account is not a waste. There is a reason for it, but it is a savor. You are not an investor yet. That is what we're learning. That is one of our money mind scripts that we learned a couple days ago. But yes, you need to look at what's in your savings account. Why is it there? Once you are able to set your goals for your dollars, once you are able to understand how to use them all, then you get to begin to invest. Tiki Barber cuts his own hair. What advice can you give for understanding the stock market for beginners? Currently 820 score, but don't use credit cards anymore. Cash only now. Will that hurt my score? So you have an 820, Ricky. That's incredible. That's one of the high. It's a higher. You can't really get much higher than that. So will it hurt your credit score? Not in your situation. If you are building up your credit score, not using it will hurt it. But if you have that credit card open and it is still, it is still available balance, your credit score won't be impacted too much by not using it, especially if you're up at an 820. What advice can you give for understanding the stock market for beginners? Mickey Stroud, let's answer that here in a second. Let's get the winner for the day, which is, what does MAD stand for, and why does it make you mad? What does MAD stand for? Why does it make you mad? Yogi Bear, 18. Welcome in, learning about money. Today's topic was credit card trap and the minimum amount. Oh, snap. Did I give it away? Minimum amount due. Mickey Stroud. Bam. Get it. Mickey Stroud. All right. And Ursher, I got to come back to you. Bentley Blue, I owe you one. John Kim, mad because you have to pay more in the end. Respect. Ryan Coffee, because it exposes you through compound interest. Ryan Coffee, 89. Man, John Kim, we're going to give you just we're going to get you at the end because you've earned it. Mike Merck, respect, appreciate you. Happy holidays. This has been fun. So we got Mickey Stroud as our welcome in winner. I don't know if we've seen you, but welcome to the community. Welcome to the movement. I'm not a freeloader. Ethan, nobody calls you a freeloader. We don't name call here. This is a community of growth, not pulling people down. Ost 1, just Ost 1, not Ost 2. So Ryan Coffey, Mickey Stroud, you guys are the winners. You are going to get the option. I will contact you here shortly. But the question was, how do you begin investing? So we're going to talk tomorrow about how a credit score is made up and how to avoid the trap. Then we're going to get into the investments chapter. Booyah. We're going to do it. And it is the title of the chapter, because all 10 chapters have titles directed at you, is how do I begin investing? So your question was currently 820. Ricky, that's incredible. Understanding the stock market for beginners. So there's a lot of concepts, and no, we're not going to be able to cover them all here today, but how do you begin to understand it for beginners? Number one, people who have been here have heard this a few times. Time. Investing risk goes down over time. That is one I want you to know. Diversification. Investing's free lunch. When you diversify, people think, oh, I'm losing my immediate gain right now, but you actually increase your long-term gains and decrease your risk through diversification. And then the third one, again, we're going to cover it all in a different topic in a different chapter, is you got to follow the golden rule. We talked about that at the beginning of December. The golden rule being, do not spend more than you make. Do schools pay you to teach the kids? Ethan. So we have created a virtual online on-demand financial literacy course called Money Vehicle. You are part of a group that is hearing it for maybe the first time. This time next year, it will be on hundreds of college and high school campuses across the country. So yes, they are starting to pay us to license and use the course. If you know of a high school, if you know of a club of teenagers, if you know of people who want to begin their financial journey, we're connecting to colleges, to Greek systems, to athletic departments, to a lot of different groups. It's really, really neat seeing this thing grow. But it's because of people like you guys. This topic, this conversation should have been had 20 years ago. It just never was. And I ventured into a space. I feel called. I feel passionate about empowering you. People like Cleverette, I want to see them grow. I want to see them succeed. So we want to take this conversation about money, put it into schools, both college, high school, as well as social. Because if you all are empowered around money, you begin to talk about it, that is how the movement grows. If you can say, pretty cool, yesterday I was on TikTok, I learned about how to avoid the credit trap, people are going to start waking up to the reality that that's a good thing. That's fun. The cool kids know about money. That's what the professional sports are realizing at this moment. Where was this class 10 years ago? It should have been there. I had that same question 10 years ago, and now I'm proud to say we have it. See what almost happened with Dylan? What happened with Dylan? We definitely didn't get taught any of this when I was in school. Ursher, respect, man. No, nobody has, nobody will. But now we are changing that. Now we are changing that. We are making the conversation about money empowering, but also comfortable. You all will teach your friends, and it trickles down that way. So let's get out today. Read my other comments. Are you going to read the wrong name? Do you use schools pay? Is it Dylan? See what almost happened with Dylan? You were going to read the wrong name. Do schools? I think it says Ethan. It feels like it says Ethan to me. Michael Sullivan. If you have a high school or a group of teens that you think would be interested, let's get it going. Agents and pro sports should pay for their clients. They are. We actually have a partnership with the NFL. Not sure if you guys have heard of them, but the NFL is bringing money vehicle in to teach some teams. I've been teaching teams in the past, but now we're getting a partnership with the entire league, which is going to be really cool. Again, this thing is growing. You are part of the beginning of the movement. Got to read them in order. Ethan, I don't have all this time. But this isn't read Ethan's book. maybe I can be your social media guy. Respect, man. Hey, you see it. I'm out here. I'm trying. Ethan, let's talk about that, man. I need to help social media as everybody does. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for the winners. Avoid the credit trap. Do not make me mad. See y'all tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7 o'clock. That's awesome to have the NFL involved. Congrats on that. Ryan Coffey. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. Pieces. Have a good day, Eth.